Many women's health problems can be down to a deficiency or imbalance in the body. Dr. Marilyn Glenville is a women's health expert with 30 years' experience in clinical practice. She has sourced leading laboratory tests that can help you find out the root cause of the health problems you might be experiencing.
There are many reasons why you might want to do a laboratory test by post. You may have had a hormone blood test done at one point in your cycle and it's come back normal. But there are ways of testing with saliva where you can actually map the whole of your hormones over one cycle, and then you can see, are there imbalances in the first half or the second half of the cycle? So it actually gives you more information. You may have concerns around osteoporosis, and you can look at bone turnover, which may be higher than it should be and could increase your risk. There may be issues around digestion, and there are ways of testing whether you've got enough beneficial bacteria, whether you're digesting and absorbing your food well. You can test for candida overgrowth, which actually may be causing incidents of thrush, or maybe causing you to feel bloated or causing a skin condition. So there are many ways of looking at your health, looking at the nutritional factors. There may be imbalances between omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, and that can be very simply picked up with a simple finger prick test. So it gives you a lot of options of looking at your health and actually finding out the cause of your problem and looking at it in a different way in terms of looking at those nutritional factors. When you do a laboratory test by post, you'll be sent a kit in order to put the sample in at home, and the sample could be urine, it could be saliva, it might even be a stool sample, and you send that back to the laboratory directly. The results are sent back to NHP and they are then analysed for you. You are then sent the results back with a report explaining what do the results mean to you, what action do you need to take, and what changes maybe in terms of dietary, maybe lifestyle, maybe in certain nutrients you add in because a deficiency has been picked up. So the test results can give you a lot of information that maybe you didn't realise was going on in terms of your health, and an action plan of what you do to make those changes. And then about 3 months later, the aim would be to do a retest so that you know that you've corrected that deficiency or that imbalance is back to normal. So doing the retest is really useful to know that what you've changed in the meantime has made a difference and you've corrected that imbalance or deficiency. There's a really good test called an adrenal stress test, and it actually will show you how stressed you are. It's done with a saliva sample, so it's an easy test to do at home and just send it back by post. And it's looking at the hormone cortisol. That's the other hormone that comes out with adrenaline when you're under stress. And the lab measures your cortisol levels over one day. And actually cortisol levels should be higher in the morning when you get up, and then they drop down as you go to bed. And the lab measures 4 different samples that you send in, looking at what happens to your cortisol levels over that day. And from those test results, you can actually see how stressed you are and whether there are particular times of the day that are worse than others. And then you will be given dietary recommendation, it could even be supplement recommendations about how you change those test results. And then, if they are out of balance and you are very stressed, in approximately 3 months' time, you'd be asked to repeat that result, that test, so we can make sure that those levels of cortisol are back to normal. The stress in our lives can affect our quality of life and give you so many different symptoms that seem unrelated. So a very useful test to find out how stressed you are and to know what to do about it.
If you would like more information about how this test can help you, then click on the link below.